Hey guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt. I'm going to be doing a get ready with me chit chat kind of thing. I wasn't really feeling well this morning, so I did not post a video this morning like I normally do. And get my hair out of the way. Pretty bad. It's even in my hand, it's so long it covers my face. So, when I first woke up this morning, I wasn't really feeling all that great. Was a little nauseous. I tried to get out of bed and I got really dizzy and kind of like fell back in bed. So I was like, okay, I think I'll just stay in bed for a little bit. I watched some TV, hung out. So I didn't post a video this morning at 10:15 like I usually do. So this is going to be a kind of chit chat, get ready with me. I did get a bunch of new products in from Sephora that I will be trying out. One of them came like open. This is the Sephora Supreme Cleansing Oil. And because I have breakouts regularly, and I've got like a new one starting down here somewhere on my chin. I can only find it when I feel it. So I've got a couple of products that are like similar to other things that I use. Like I got this Varsali Unicorn Essence, but I've been using the Physicians Formula Rosé all day. And this here, you're supposed to put on after your moisturizer. Inside, I'm using the Mario Badescu Glycolic Eye Cream on this side. And I have noticed that if I use it twice a day like I'm supposed to, which I intense. So I have been using that. I'm still using my Peter Thomas Roth anti-aging cleansing gel. I have been using this since April 1st, and I've gone through a quarter of the bottle in a month. And I try and wash for the first like 3 weeks, I wash my face like twice a day, every day with this. Occasionally once or twice, I would like wash my face with it during the day if I was feeling like greasy all of a sudden. Because I live in Florida, it gets really hot here, so that's understandable. And then I got a kit from Mario Badescu. This is the glycolic acid toner. I have been using this. I usually get one of these wet, which I'll go ahead and do now. And then I squeeze all the water out of it that I can. And then I use 8 drops on one of these and I do my entire face with it. And this one has like little scrubbies on one side and it's smooth on the other. So, and I brought my coffee in. Still kind of trying to wake up. Oh, and I did a unboxing video of all the Sephora stuff. And right now I'm wearing, on this side of my mouth, I'm wearing Thistle. And on the other side of my mouth, I'm wearing Rhubarb from Bite Beauty. And then in the middle, I kind of like mix the two together and it makes a gorgeous color. It looks like a lot of the lipsticks that I wear. This, like I said, there was oil in the bag. There's oil on the bottom of it. And then I got a Shade and Light contour color called Lyric. And you can actually see on the box where, and you can actually feel it. It just got water on it. But there's like oil on this as well, so it leaked. I got 2 sleeping masks. So I'm going to be trying out some of these products today. Go ahead and wash my hands really quick now that the water in the sink is actually hot. But I figured since I didn't post a video today, I just recorded one for the Sephora unboxing, so I'll have to get that. I got a phone call in the middle of recording, so I kind of had to stop it, so I will. Alright, now that my face is a little bit damp. Now with this stuff, a little goes a long way. I usually pour a little on my fingers. That's how much I use. That's it. I get the palms of my hands wet. And I literally put this stuff everywhere. I've been getting like, I got it, oh, there it is. That's the breakout right there. I started feeling it last night. And yes, I just went over my eyes. Some people can do that, some people can't. And I even go all the way over this little bump on my ear when I wash my face, because I get breakouts in there as well from my hairline. And if I'm in the shower, I use this on like my arms and my chest as well, because there's a specific name for the little bumps that I get, but I get excess oil on like my arms and on my legs, and it leaves these little weird bumps that if you squash them, a little clear ball of sebum comes out and a little curly hair pops out. And if you look at my arms, you can actually see all of the scarring on my arms from all of those little bumps. Like when they, like there's a bump right there. When they come up, they leave all these little red marks on my arms. So what I've been doing, where did I put it? I've been using this. This is that pen treatment that I use to get rid of the mole on my face. It's completely flat. I need to go back over it again. There's still color there. But I've been using that mole remover pen to get rid of some of those scarring marks, which is nice because it does help. All right, now these I picked up in a 2-pack from the Dollar Tree, and I also use it to clean my brushes. So you've got like a soft little scrubby here, and then on either side these are a little bit coarser. So I just kind of get it a little bit wet while the cleanser's still on my face. Now if I'm in the shower, I'll use a pumice stone, and I have used the pumice stone on my face since I was probably 18, and I use it all over my face. I still have the original one that I started using when I was 18. It used to be an old Avon like little scrubby thing for your feet, a pumice stone for your feet, but for whatever reason it like fell off one day. Let me redo this. My hair is falling. This is the original Avon. This is the old Avon scrubby that I was talking about. See, this is where the pumice stone was. And this is the pumice stone that I've been using. And I've dropped it so many times, it's not even funny. But you can actually see on the back where it came off of here. And I actually, in the shower, I use this on like everywhere on my body. I use this on my face. I've even used it like right up against my eyes to kind of help with fine lines and wrinkles, which is kind of nice because, you know, I'll be 38 in September. My hair is definitely not staying. So anything that I can do to kind of lessen my wrinkles or fine lines or anything like that, I am all for it. I got a bunch of new hair ties in. Or I should say I bought a bunch of new hair ties at Walmart, and they are just not as strong as the ones with the little ridges on them. Like these are the ones that I usually use, and these are like real soft terry cloth ones. But unless I'm wearing my hair down here, these are not strong enough to keep my hair up. And I want it up because I don't want product getting in it. Now, granted, I know you're supposed to do this. But sometimes my fingers slip out of it. So I just usually grab that little thing. It's easier. And I noticed I've got a little, like in my little widow's peak up here, I've got a breakout right in there. How I got one there, I have no idea. Why I get them in my eyebrows, I don't know. The mysteries of life. And then I just kind of rinse it off in the sink before I grab the washcloth out. Feels like I got a lash in my eye. So I'm going to be using 3 new products on my face today. And I did patch test them last night before bed to make sure that I wasn't going to have a reaction to them. Because knowing me and my sensitive skin, the only thing that I haven't patch test is this and the 2 masks that I got. So we'll see how that works. Okay, so I got this wet while my washcloth was getting wet, so I put 8 drops. And then I fold it up, and to make sure that this is completely saturated, I squish it out into my hand, which again releases, extra product, and then I just kind of wipe this in my hand over the extra product to make sure that everything is back on the cotton pad and everything's dispersed evenly. Now, the Peter Thomas Roth cleanser has glycolic acid in it, just like the toner. And you're supposed to use like a sunscreen with this stuff, because if you go out in the sun, you could get a really nasty burn. I had a bunch of these that I cut up before. I think I'm going to stop cutting them in half. It's kind of a pain only using half of one. I mean, realistically, you only need half of a cotton pad to do your face, but you get to cover more area with the whole pad versus the half of a pad. And the half pad is just becoming a pain. I always try and make sure that I get my nose as good as I can, because I get breakouts all along the bridge of my nose. And I am using the little scrubby side. And then when I get done with that, I flip it over to the smooth side and go back over everything. And then yes, I do go over my eyes. Now I know the product instructions say not to do that, but I haven't had any problems with it. And I've got very dry, sensitive skin, as you can see. As I'm like rubbing this across my face turns red, because I have very sensitive skin. But this product has not bothered me one bit. None of them have, actually, which is really nice. Okay. Now, the next step that I would do is an eye cream. And like I said, I've been I just got in this eye cream from Sephora. It says anti-fatigue moisturizer. This one has hyaluronic acid in it. There's the box. There's no like directions on how to use it. It just tells you information about it. So it's supposed to basically smooth my eye contour and make my eyes appear rested. And it's supposed to improve the quality and visibility of my skin. So, oh, and it says decreases the appearance of under eye bags, dark circles, and illuminates the eyes. So we'll see. I'll use this today instead of my normal eye cream. I'm taking that much product. Doesn't really have a fragrance. And I also go over my eyelids as well. And I'll explain why in just a second. On my eye, like I've got a skin tag right here. I've got one here. Looks like a breakout. I've got one up here. I've got one right here in the middle of my eye. I've got another one right here. So what I've been doing is putting my eye cream on my actual eyelid and as close to my eye as possible. And what I've noticed is the skin tags that I do have, like this is a mole. I wish I could get rid of it. It bugs me. It causes problems putting makeup on. But I am like kind of afraid of needles. I would love to get, what do they call them? Injectables. I watched Steph Sognati get injectables in, and what it did was it filled the hollows under her eyes, and it looks great. And I'd love to do that because where my orbital bone is, I'm like super hollow in here. So that's something that I would like to try. All right, so instead of going in directly with my moisturizer, I'm going to be using this Varsali Unicorn Essence, and it says apply to a clean face before moisturizer. So I'm going to do that. I don't know how much of this stuff to use. It looks like pink glitter. I did 3 drops, so we'll see. It doesn't tell you how many drops to use. Has like a really light kind of powdery fragrance almost. There definitely wasn't enough to go down my neck. But what I'm going to do is just like I would with any of my other products is I'm going to go ahead and go back over my eye area. And you never, 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 never want to use any other finger than your ring finger on your eye area because that skin is so delicate. Now, I also have this rose hydrating mist. So I'm going to go ahead and spray it on now and then put my moisturizers on. I'm going to stand back so I don't get my coffee cup. And it literally smells like I just walked up to a rose bush and smelled the rose. And I actually like rose fragrances that are really light and natural. Like this one here is also really nice. Now, I've been using the It Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. I got this during the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty. And I use a little spatula in here. That's how much I get out. Probably about a dime size amount. And I've been using this since April. And that's how much I've gone through. So this little guy is going to last me a while. And somehow or another, I ended up with 2. So I wipe everything off of here. And when I get the moisturizer applied to my face, I actually take the little spatula and clean it off as well. I really like this It Confidence in a Cream. It feels really thick and moisturizing, but once it soaks into your skin after you massage it, and this has a light citrus fragrance. It's just, I don't know, there's something about it that, I don't know if it's a citrus smell or whatever, but it makes me like wake up a little bit. And of course, doing anything to my face is going to make it bright red. But like I said, it feels really thick when I first put it on. But once I work it in, it doesn't feel greasy, doesn't feel slimy. Which, you know, I've had some moisturizers, you put them on and it's like straight grease. And because I've got very dry skin, like I'll even use this, whatever's left over, I put it on the backs of my hands. Because like they used to always say, your neck and your hands always give away your age. So that's something that I have been very conscious of since I was younger. All right. So now what I would normally do is go in with my Rosé All Day. I do a little bit of the Mario Badescu. This is the collagen moisturizer. It has an SPF of 15. I really don't like using it, but because I have to go somewhere and I will be in the sun for a little bit, I'll use a little bit of it. And actually looks like sunscreen. It's yellow. Smells like sunscreen, looks like sunscreen, but it's very light. It's a light moisturizer, which is kind of nice. So I don't have to worry about. Now this one feels greasy. But thankfully, with me putting all these different products on, I don't have to worry about them pilling up. I don't know if you've ever worked with different moisturizers or whatever, but sometimes if you put too many products on or if you go over the same area too many times, it's like the products that you're putting on your face turns like this little crumbly mess and it's disgusting. So that's one thing I kind of like about the system that I've been using is that I don't have any problems with, I have a hair in my eye, with it pilling up on my skin. And there is a chat feature on here. Not quite sure how this works. That weird. Oh, I see the other direction. Well, there is a chat feature on here, but I don't know how to do it. Okay, so now I've got normal moisturizer on and then the greasy moisturizer. My skin's a little tacky. I take the Rosé All Day and I take that much, which is a little bit more than a pea size amount. And this is like a really pretty pink iridescent. If you're watching or if somebody's watching, see if you can type in the chat and see if it comes up. I know there's a chat feature on here, but from the device I'm recording on. Hey, Michael. Now see, I don't know if I can respond back. Yeah, see, it gives me like options to like put you in a timeout. Like you've been bad. That's not cool. I like touched the comment and it says mute. remove, block, put in timeout, make moderator. I'm like, wait a minute. So wait, I can block, I can mute you, I can block you, I can put you in a timeout, or I can make you a moderator. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess if I had a bunch of people in here, it would be nice to have like a moderator that could go through and just get rid of like nasty comments. But seeing as though I've only had a couple people come in here, it's one of those things. So what I'm doing right now is basically a get ready with me. I have just finished with my skincare. So I'm going to be doing like makeup stuff next. I've got my hair out of the way. You should have seen it earlier. My bun fell. I was trying to put my hair back up and I had all of my hair in my face, and I've got my hand up here trying to hold it to put it in the bun, and my hair was like down to here. It was crazy. You couldn't even see my face. Trying to get my face dry a little bit. I don't know how or who, but I got a box from Sephora Tuesday. So what I did was I just tested out some new products. I hate the smell of that. Yeah, right? There's like, it shows that there's a little like chat button on here, but it says chat viewing options. It says show live chat messages or none, hide all chat messages. So I just hit cancel on that. But like, it doesn't give me an option to like type back to you guys. All right. Where did I? Well, I don't know where I put that. No. Wow, that thing grew. Oh, the message just went away before I could read it. Copy and paste that again because it didn't stay up long enough for me to read it. See, that's one thing I don't like. Because I wasn't feeling well enough this morning, Linda, to upload a video. So, and I just figured I'd make it up to my viewers by doing a live instead. I just finished my skincare. I just used the Strivectin anti-wrinkle line blur factor. I wonder. Yeah, when I woke up this morning, let's see. Yeah, it won't let me. The messages only pop up on the screen for a second and then they like vanish. So there was one comment that was longer that I didn't get a chance to read. But when I woke up this morning, like I was kind of nauseous feeling and a little dizzy. And I tried to get out of bed, and you know, like you get out of bed and you're like, and then I ended up leaning towards the bed and like just kind of fell back in it and scared my cat. So I figured it was better if I stayed in bed because I don't know what's going on, but I was like, yeah, that's probably not a good idea for me to like get up if I'm like, you know, tipsy looking. Sometimes it sucks having health problems. This is the Dr. Brandt. Yeah, I ate, well, I haven't eaten a whole lot yet because again, I wasn't feeling all that great, but I ate about a handful of mixed nuts that was like almonds and cashews, pecans and hazelnuts. All right, we'll see how this works. I got a new sponge, and this is from Eco Tools, and actually in my Sephora box I got this little guy, but I haven't used the Eco Tools one yet. I'll just use you. I kind of have to mix foundations because I'm like, my neck is lighter than my face right now. I don't know why. I don't know if the skincare that I'm doing is like changing the color of my face or what. So that seems to match pretty good. Oh crap, I just realized I forgot something. See if I can kind of wipe that off. All right. I have too many things. Okay, so somebody suggested that I use my pink corrector under my eyes and then put the yellow on top of it. I'm just going to use a little paddle that's on here right this second to try and get some coverage on these lovely dark circles that I've got. Now I might as well wipe that off. So Mike, are you watching this from work? That's funny. Well, also, does the toy depend on the size as well? Like, you know, vehicles, motorcycles, you know, like my dad, he's got one of those specialty lawnmowers. Do those count as like toys as well? anything. But again, does the size count? Like, does it count for like more? So say your wife has like a bunch of makeup, but you've got, you know, a motorcycle in the garage. Does that count as like two toys, or does it still only count as like one? Because I would say that, depending on the size of whatever, be it like your special lawnmower or a motorcycle or a fancy car or truck that you've worked on, I would think that that would count for two toys versus one. See? Didn't think about that, did you? Because my dad just sold one, but let's see, one, two, three, four, five. We have six motorcycles right now. I ride two of them. The other one that I used to ride, Dad just sold. So that's why I was thinking, whoever has the most toys wins, because we've got a lot of like motorcycles and stuff. So I was wondering if, that would count as like two toys versus like my Jaclyn Hill palette counts as like one, but like a specialty thing like a motorcycle or a car or an old-timey truck or, something special like that, yeah, it should count for more. But then again, for like makeup items, you figure I've got this entire thing, there's 4 rows of 6. So there's 24 products just in here. So that counts as 24. But with a motorcycle, that would, count, one item should count as like 2, if not more. I'm kind of liking this sponge. I really hate using a brush. So in other words, it's based on who says, the rules, or what do you mean by that? Oh God, don't even get me started on books. I've got 3 bookcases full of books in my room, and they're like double layered. So you stand your books up like this, and then when you run out of room, you kind of start stacking them on top. And I've got 4 or 5 boxes on the back porch of boxes that have nothing but like, well, they're the big plastic Starlight tubs. But they're full of books as well because I don't have enough room in my room. Because you figure I moved from a 3-bedroom. Oh, yeah, that's true. But when I got divorced, my dad had to go get all my stuff because my ex-husband was being well, we won't go there. But he destroyed and or sold a lot of my stuff. So my dad went and got everything that he could get. And I've got more stuff than will fit in my 18 by 21 foot room. I mean, I keep clothing in the bathroom. I've got 2 shelves of clothing here in the bathroom because I don't have enough dresser space in my room. So I keep one shelf that has like stuff that I need, like PJs like this and socks. And then the next shelf down has like shirts and pants and shoes, or shorts, pants, shirts, overshirts, that kind of stuff. And then of course I've got towels and whatnot in there. And then one shelf is like lotion and hair care stuff and deodorant, that kind of thing. But it's hard, you know. I mean, if I was living in a one bedroom apartment, I would have enough room for everything that I own, but because yeah, right? Well, seeing as though any movie that I had or CD that I had that was worth any money to anybody, he sold. So it's gone. Thankfully, the books that I've got that are worth thousands and thousands of dollars that are in like plastic bags, either he didn't know what to do with them or nobody would buy them. Like I have a book that has an original leather, it's leather binding, all hand sewn pages. It's called Discoveries of a Pictus. And it's in a Ziploc bag. And that book is worth a lot of money. Just like I've got, you know how like the Gutenberg Bible was like the first Bible ever published? Well, I've got like the book that was published, the Bible that was published after that, and it is in German. So I've got a little Bible that's like this big, that's like this thick, that was printed after the Gutenberg Bible was printed. And that's also in a Ziploc bag in a plastic sterilite tub so that it doesn't get moisture or water or anything like that on it because I was afraid that it would get damaged. So it's sitting in a tub. Just like all the Little Women, the Little Men series. What is her name? Laura. Anyways, all the books that she wrote in the same, yeah, he wasn't smart enough to think about stuff like that, like an actual book that would be worth a lot of money to either a bookstore or a book collector. Like I've got books that are like first edition signed copies and stuff like that. So like they're all in plastic so that air doesn't get to them, that the sun doesn't get to them, that kind of stuff, because I don't want them to deteriorate. Like I have a really old, and I mean a really old version of a Nostradamus book. So that is, well, that one's actually in my bedroom. But yeah, it's just, it's really, really old. But I've got books from like the 1800s. I've got like first learner books and stuff that came out in the 1900s, like early 1900s. I'm talking like 1918, 1920, stuff like that. So I've got really, really, really old books. I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do now. Yeah, right? I know. And anybody who knows anything about books would like be drooling over what I've got just for the simple fact of, again, what I've got. No, you're fine. My brain is trying to figure out what it wants to do next. Because I have I have to do concealer on top of the corrector that I put on. But I figured I'd get the other stuff out, but I can't. There's one. But I think the other thing I wanted was over here. Again, another one of these holds 24, but some of these I've got like 2 and 3 of in one item and one thing. This is what I was thinking about using. It's a liquid illuminator that you're supposed to put on over like liquid products. It's from NYX. The last time I used it, it was way too dark, but I figured if I'm putting it on over foundation and then gonna, powder or something like that after, then I figured I might want to try it. So that's actually what I was looking for. I was just trying to remember where I put it. And my dad said that he likes the match of this for my skin tone the best. So I was thinking I might want to try that today too. You scaring my cat, Kenny? Bubbies. You want to come in? You coming? Oh, now I'm dropping things. Come here, you rat. He was laying outside the bathroom door. Look at how big this freaking cat is. This is what sleeps on. This is what sleeps on my bed every night. This monster. Look at how big his feet are. No claws, please. You want to lay in my laundry basket? There. Rotten. Now you're actually distracting me. You just got in here. You gonna sit and watch, or do you want to go back out? I heard a noise outside the door. It was my brother. Oh, it might be the internet. Is it still blurry, Michael? All right, I'm gonna brave this. Great. Well, the air just came on too. So I just I squirted out a little bit of the liquid illuminator. I'm gonna put a little bit of concealer on first, and then I'm gonna use that illuminator, and I'm gonna let it dry for a minute. Let me know if it clears up. Oh, come on. Let me try flipping the camera around. Is that any better? Then it's the internet. See, and I can't see what you're seeing. Yeah, I could try that. Did you want back out, sir? Well, make up your mind, cat. Do you want in or out? Bubby. Thank you. I was going to say, I want to try and give it another... I know, right? I'm going to give it another little bit and see if it fixes itself. If not, I will restart. Oh, that's definitely not light enough for that. See, this is what I don't like, is how I can still see the darkness under my eye.